Now here's some interesting news. Arrests made after Planned Parenthood caught selling baby body parts. The WashingtonPundit.com. Again, this is the same criminal organization that receives $1 billion. I don't know I think that might even be every year. I'll have to double check that, just FYI, but I think it might be every year. And then they funnel it back to the Democratic Party. Contribution to that one, contribution to that one. And we know what Q says, deep state, child trafficking, all this crazy stuff. I don't find this even kind of shocking that arrests made after Planned Parenthood caught selling baby body parts. And I'm going to share with you this image because this is true. Planned Parenthood, murder and money, no matter what. That's accurate. Two wealthy Ecuadorian brothers who were principals in Da Vinci Biosciences and DV Biologics, the California companies fined and ordered to shut down for illegally trafficking worldwide in aborted baby parts it obtained from Planned Parenthood, were arrested by ICE on February 13th, 2019. You know what I always say? I got to stop. I always talk about, like, when they pass a law, our government, whatever, they pass a law. Oops, I'm trying to open something here. They'll pass a law and it'll be like, the Patriot Act. Oh, so patriotic. And then you look at what's in there, it's the opposite of patriotic. It shouldn't be called the Patriot Act. It should be called the Spying and Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, and Second Amendment Destruction Act. The St. Germain Act was the banking and loan crisis scandal in the 80s. They did this thing where they passed the saintly, it's godly. And again, bailout for the banks. Smaller bailout for the banks in the 80s than what we saw in 2008. Anyways, Planned Parenthood sounds phenomenal. Planned Parenthood, we want to make sure people are, young kids come to us for information. We don't want you getting pregnant when you're young and on accident. Planned Parenthood, let's talk about it. They're selling baby parts. Aborted baby parts. According to law.com, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested Roberto and William Isaias on February 13th. ICE Representative Nestor Iglesias said the brothers were unlawfully present in the U.S. and have been transferred to ICE's enforcement and removal operations for deportation proceedings following their arrest. Iglesias added the pair is in agency custody pending removal proceedings. The arrest of Roberto and William was gratifying operation, or it was gratifying due to Operation Rescue, which published an investigative research report in October 27th, 2016, just days before the presidential election that put Donald J. Trump in office, that detailed their crimes in Ecuador, dubious dealings with the Obama administration, their business with Planned Parenthood, and the aborted baby body parts trade. Quote, we understood that this family was in the U.S. under suspicious circumstances and that they had committed crimes in Ecuador and Southern California, said Operation Rescue President Troy Newman. We had hoped that they would one day return to Ecuador so that justice could be done, but their arrests still took us by surprise. In 2012, Roberto and William Isaias were sentenced in absentia to 8 years in prison for running their Ecuadorian bank into the ground, then presenting false balance sheets to profit from bailout funds, wiping out the life savings of thousands of families. Oh, see the example I gave you, the savings and loan crisis in the 80s and the bailout in 2008? Hey, look, quick, look surprised. Ecuador says the Isaias family cost the impoverished country a total of $661 million. That might sound small to Americans in America, but that's big money in a third world country. The Isaias family began dumping large amounts of campaign contributions into American political campaigns, including $90,000 to Obama's 2012 re-election. As a result, after reaching out to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for asylum, they were granted expedited immigration into the U.S. Clinton's State Department then rebuffed attempts by Ecuador to extradite them to face justice. Clinton, that's right. The criminal Clintons at it again. Once in America, the family owned and operated Da Vinci Biosciences and DV Biologics, companies that contracted exclusively with Planned Parenthood of Orange County to receive aborted baby tissues and organs, which they trafficked overseas. Roberto and William Isaias' nephew, Estefano Isaias Jr., was also involved in profit-taking from the two biotech companies. Also owned a business that sold pornography online. After the release of the Center for Medical Progress undercover video exposés in 2015, Orange County District Attorney Tony Rakokas sued the companies for their illegal body parts trade, and in 2017 reached a settlement agreement that fined them just $7.8 million and ordered their businesses to close. We have mentioned the Isaias brothers repeatedly in articles that we have published over the past couple of years, including the corruption in the Obama administration, which allowed them to come to our country where they were committing further crimes, said Newman. We hoped that someone would take notice. How is that treating y'all, some of y'all Hillary Clinton supporters? Are you starting to see the Democratic Party is an effing criminal elite cabal? And Donald Trump is picking them apart one by one. FBI top head by FBI top head. DOJ head by DOJ head. Just last month, Operation Rescue published an expose that delved into the market for aborted baby body parts. It revealed that the Da Vinci biotech companies sent tissues and organs obtained by Planned Parenthood around the world to businesses that were to develop anti-aging drugs for the wealthy. The Isaias are bad people, and we are very relieved that they will soon be back in Ecuador to serve their sentences and hopefully return the money that they took from the people they bilked, said Newman. And we are especially glad that they are out of the baby parts trade permanently. Can you even sit here with a straight face as I say the baby part trade? Like there's actually baby part trade. Oh, what are you into? Like on Willy Wonka. What business you in, Salt? Nuts. What business you in, Roberto? Baby parts. Pardon? Baby part. Dolls? Oh, no. No, we use the real thing. We ship them. We got clients all over the world that we buy. We get it from Planned Parenthood, and we. Right. So again, the money going to Planned Parenthood gets thrown back at the Democratic Party so that they can use for their election campaigns. And also, this individual is getting the parts. So does he have to pay Planned Parenthood for the parts, or do they just give them up freely? Like, oh, you're gonna help dispose of these parts? Yeah, we'll just give them to you. Again, you're paying for this. Through your tax money, you are paying for this disgusting filth. And if anybody other than Donald Trump was in charge right now, I might even try to beat around the bush and hint that you stop paying your effing taxes and find a way to just get the F out of this country. But since he's in charge, we don't need to do that. He's going to continue cleaning house. Mark my words. Take care.